So guys, it's your boy King Family is back with another banger video. And we're about to be playing Power Simulator, guys. For all you that don't know, I actually do play on phone. Frick this. I cannot see anything. Why you bullying me? I think you actually can come to the roof. Okay.
One of the main things we try to look for is motive. So it's very important for us to see what the last few hours of Becky's life were. If she angered anybody, if she had any enemies, if there was anybody that might be making threats towards her.
They ask us who we think would do that. And
I can use more than one power at once.
My suspicion was on Justin.
She can't clap.
I didn't really suspect anybody else, but I suspected him. Number one suspect.
Becky's family tells the investigators that Becky and
Guys, I can actually use more than one power at once.
soon after the birth of the couple's son.
the relationship started to break down.
I believe that he wasn't ready to be a father. Becky had, I guess I dealt with it already, having my mother.
Alright.
I'm going to do the best I can, but my best.
Let's see how much it. Wow, I just.
Things snapped in him that he wasn't ready for. And then that is when his drinking came.
Becky seemed to be on her way. Justin, on the other hand, was calling him to work. Wasn't showing up to work.
The family
Yeah, I saw that, right?
Justin's lack of motivation soon led to problems with Becky.
From what I understood, Justin had been over a year. That was creating financial hardships, a variety of things like that. But she has been taking care of the family, and pretty much she was the glue holding everything together. Deborah Dillon would take care of them when Becky was working.
Becky was upset. You know, it shouldn't be his job to be a father figure to their grandbaby. It was his job, his responsibility.
According to the family, as their household grew with the birth of their second child, so did Becky's resentment towards Justin.
As it progressed, when Becky had cricket, things had gotten worse.
Finally, by the summer of 2009, the family says Becky had enough.
She told me once, before she was
Dude, I'm better than you.
she was going to leave Justin. She had to get
How am I the noob?
things that weren't good for her.
Oh, I didn't even see what he
Becky
gave me.
told me many times that she wanted to remember, but she did not tell
Side
Justin.
quest. Train 100 endurance. They're high.
She was secretly saving money.
They're high. Oh, endurance.
She was saving every tip up to a side, hiding it in some
I'll do it right in front of you too.
famous so she can get away. Good place to live.
She can't clap a hole and then.
Becky's family tells detectives that she had
I'll do
recently
that right in
shared
front of him too.
exciting news involving her secret stash of money.
Becky couldn't find it. No one knew other than me and Mom what Becky was saving this for. She didn't know where it went. That kind of scared her a little bit and made her sad because now she had to do
What did he give me?
and hide it in a different spot.
He must have given me a new
With or
ability.
without the money,
Oh, dang
Becky
it,
never
pressure.
had the chance to leave
What did he
Justin.
give me?
But does that mean
Oh, yeah,
Justin
cash.
isn't behind her murder? Coming up,
Frick him.
detectives interview
You're
Justin.
the noob. I want. Here, can you do something for me?
Witness comes
Okay. Try to 100 inch. Wow, you just went lower. I don't think I'm done. You aren't done. Frick you. Now I should probably. I am done, you liar. Maybe I underestimated you. Ha ha. Just kidding. Here's your reward, I guess.
the cashback you earn at the end of your first
You're
year.
trash.
Millions of people a year get their cashback matched. What are you waiting for?
I'm looking on the mission.
Only from Discover.
Stouffer's lasagna with meat
You guys saw that, right?
times the beef of the leading meat sauce lasagna.
Do you want some extra work, huh? Go do this for me.
When it comes to irresistible taste,
Else,
there's always more. Stouffer's.
Listen, Martha, skip track.
yeah. Wow, he really drawing me like that? Bet.
Song that goes, I hate you so much right now. We can miss you so much? Yeah, you are. Alexa, call Kelly. You missing me already? Maybe.
She get a couple.
It's like a Friday night where you make plans.
You see that, bro?
about changing this life.
You're trash. Keep down my game.
Low fat yogurt.
You don't know
2
it.
grams of sugar. Because sometimes you just gotta do it by you.
My name is Malcolm Whitley. My father is one of the most notorious
She
serial
get clap with our hands.
Well, the reason he is the perfect dad. I can help you. Let's solve the murder. Prodigal son. Check local listings.
Wow, you actually did it. Climb. Here's your reward, noob. Dude, I literally passed. I've got tasks for you. If you're actually good, maybe you can do it. Why don't you tell me the task?
At Boston Market, we're not just the rotisserie chicken experts. We're the rotisserie everything experts.
Dude, this is way too easy for me, guys.
Served every day after 5 and Sunday afternoon. Boston Market. Ready? It's happening right now at Rooms to Go. Pick from 100 beautiful rooms, each under $1,000. Picture it. Your home, fully furnished in your style. With living rooms under $1,000. Dining rooms under $1,000. Bedrooms under $1,000. 100 stylish options.
Why did you speak different ones? Hey, noob, I got something for you to do. Let's talk on
Furnish your home to perfection. Now, Rooms to Go.
For the year, the Elantra, now only $129 a month to buy with 0 down. And the Tucson SUV, now only $169 a month to buy with 0 down.
Mine, okay.
0% APR for
Now, everything I have is 300 and 400.
backed by America's best
Total power. Over 1 million. That's actually my physical power. And how am I still innocent? Oh, dang.
My name is Paul Bowles. I'm a retired
Dude, I really just don't want to do his
I
missions.
famously used DNA to crack the Golden State Killer case. There are hundreds of unsolved crimes that need to be solved. Join me on that
A
journey.
special reward? 400! Physical power. Wow. He really tried me like that. Alright, guys, I'm gonna just lay it down. See ya.
Late on the evening of November 13th, 2009, just hours after state troopers found Becky Dillard dead on the side of the Missouri highway, detectives sit down with her husband, Justin Dillard.
We were ready to talk to him. We kind of talked to everybody else first. Kind of worked our way through it before we talked to him. But you want to know as much as possible before we talk to the person that may be involved. We did tell him directly that Becky was deceased and that her death did not appear to be an accident, but we could not give many details due to the investigation. He was just extremely emotional and upset, and he agreed to cooperate in any way possible. I couldn't deal with it. You cannot explain that.
She get got without an ass.
Ever. I could throw up now thinking about it. My first question was she raped? Was she robbed? The only thing I can think of is a random person. He painted her as a very likable person, that there was no enemies out there. There was nobody that he could point to that he thought would do this to her. The population of my town is 300 people, and I know everyone. I couldn't think of anybody that would ever hurt Becky, ever. No one. I couldn't think of anybody that would hurt any of us.
When detectives ask about his relationship with Becky, Justin's version of their life together is very different from what Becky's family told them.
Becky wasn't leaving. I was her best friend. I would have known if she was going to leave. I knew everything she did. She knew everything I did. We didn't keep things from each other. And she wasn't going anywhere. She wasn't taking
She can go down.
However, no matter how much Justin denies having anything to do with the murder, detectives are less than convinced.
He was crying, but there was no tears coming out of his eyes. And we were strongly wondering if he was involved. But we don't have enough to incarcerate Justin, and we had to let him go.
The following morning, detectives returned to Deborah's house, hoping to find clues that might shed more light on Becky's murder.
The next day, Kristen went follow the house to go back to where she had come from, the last place that we could place her, prior to her being found dead out there on the road.
Detectives don't have a warrant, but now knowing her daughter-in-law has been murdered, Deborah readily cooperates.
So, with her permission, we did a consent search there.
In addition to the search, detectives conduct a brief interview with Deborah's boyfriend, Billy Eastat.
My mother had just gone through a divorce, and we knew him through church, and he was more or less our maintenance man. He was kind of a jack of all trades, and I think my mom gave him a job, and so they became friends. I remember my mother saying, I'm too old to have a boyfriend, but Billy and my mom did have some sort of relationship.
They'd been together for a while, but I didn't know how long they'd been together. They were very close from what we could tell.
There's a little he can tell investigators about the night of the murder.
He told us that he had been drinking and that wasn't feeling well and taking some NyQuil, and he kicked it and he just went to sleep.
Billy says he doesn't remember Becky leaving or Deborah driving Justin to the party, but he does say that Deborah and Justin must have taken his truck.
Deborah and Becky shared a vehicle. Billy had the only vehicle that was there that was running.
I know she.
So if somebody left the residence, it would have had to be his vehicle.
Once detectives learn about Billy's truck, they ask if they can conduct a search, and he leads them outside to where it's parked.
Billy Eastat drove a dark-colored pickup truck with a white door on it.
When detectives open that white door, they make an alarming discovery.
Inside his vehicle, there were some smudges that we thought were possibly black lead.
Detectives collect samples of the suspected blood.
Basically hoping we might get him some type of DNA or something.
Detectives also ask Billy to come down to the station for a formal statement, but the interview doesn't add much to what he already told them.
His story was that he had taken some cough syrup, just immediately knocked him out. They found that hard to believe to begin with, that over-the-counter cough syrup was going to react that quickly. It's just a really strange story.
But then it later talks a little bit about the arguments that Justin and Becky were having. He just wasn't completely consistent, and he was trying to really eliminate himself from things. It was, just separating himself. So that kind of makes you wonder.
Which we believe made him more of an interest, that he knew what had happened. If he wasn't there, at least he knew what was going on.
Even though detectives suspect Billy may know more than he's letting on, they have no reason to hold him.
There was no evidence that Becky and Billy had any bad feelings towards each other. It seemed like they just existed in the house together.
It was a voluntary interview, and he was glad to leave at the end of the evening.
A few days later, detectives are disappointed again when preliminary testing of the samples from Billy's truck revealed that the stains were blood, but not human.
Yeah, that's perplexed on who it could have been, or actually on a motive on why anybody would have done this.
We're still hoping and looking and trying to find something that gives us some concrete evidence.
While the investigation appears to be at an impasse, news of Becky's death continues to spread through the community.
So guys, that code actually does work.
In Howell County, and so when something like this happens,
But I just paid it to.
it would be on Springfield News, it would be in the newspaper. I'm sure it was all over social media, so everybody knew about it.
We had a flood of phone calls, condolences coming in after about 2 days. We just unplugged the phone. We just want to be left alone. It was hard to deal with. who it was.
Then, on November 19th, 6 days after the murder of Becky Dillard, the Missouri Highway Patrol receives a call that could break the investigation wide open.
A man named Tyler Bean called in and basically said, hey, on that day I was on that road. Tyler Bean and his girlfriend were Walmart shopping that evening, left Walmart, went and gassed up his truck, and then drove home. So we had him and his girlfriend both seeing our victim parked out there on the road.
However, as Tyler explains to detectives, Becky's car isn't the only one they saw on the side of the road that night.
There's two cars, SUV and I think a Chevy pickup that was parked on the side of the road. And both their headlights were on and everything just like that's normal, like somebody stopped somebody, talked to somebody, just pulled right up behind them.
He said there was somebody in the Ford Explorer, which was Becky Dillard's vehicle, sitting in the vehicle, and that this other pickup, they couldn't say for sure, they couldn't identify the driver.
Nobody can tell hair, anything, any facial hair that was, I couldn't tell anything about it. I couldn't tell you positive it was a guy.
But there is one thing about the truck that Tyler can remember.
It was a dark colored Chevy pickup. It had a light colored mismatched body part on the driver's side of it.
And that matched Willie Eastup's vehicle to a T.
Coming up, a polygraph test unearths a huge breakthrough in the case.
I walked around the desk and I said, you knew how you were going to do on this test.
And accusations boil to the surface.
She said he was wearing clothes that looked like they had blood on them.
My brother has been shot and his wife Joy. My name is the shot.
It was probably the worst crime scene I've seen in almost 20 years.
What could have happened? And why did it happen? It's evil. What would you call somebody who murdered your family?
Killer Motive. New Sundays at 7 on Oxygen. Rocket Mortgage has helped millions of Americans make their house feel like home. Rocket Mortgage. Push button. Get mortgage.
Alex isn't just at Taekwondo practice. She's at Taekwondo practice, showing off how strong and confident she's becoming. The new Yo Place movie, for big little wins.
An emergency is the absence of choice. So when storms rage, we call them out.
911, what's your emergency? When it comes to beautiful hair, why are we always shown the same thing? Where's my bounce? My glamour. My fire. Oh, hair is beautiful. That's why these Dove conditioners are custom formulated to care for all types of hair. Find a Dove conditioner that's right for you.
Would you like to try a burger made with plants?
Plants.
It's delicious, and I'm a kid, so if I like it...
Morningstar Farms, America's favorites, made from plants.
Seeing is experiencing. Seeing is discovering. Their sight is a gift. Take care of it by visiting an eye doctor yearly. Find one today at thegoodbyeyes.com.
Everybody's like, Tiffany, you're celebrity now. Why do you still use Groupon? Groupon makes me look good. My skin is like, what? My nails are like, yes, ma'am. And my face is like, hello, stranger. Download the app and say, Groupon.
Struggling to clean tough messes with wipes? Try new Mr. Clean Magic Eraser Sheets. Just wet, squeeze, and erase icky messes in microwaves. And on stovetops. For an amazing clean, get the power of Mr. Clean Magic Eraser in new disposable sheets.
Did you know you can save money by using dish soap to clean grease on more than dishes? Try Dawn Ultra. Dawn is for more than just dishes. With 3 times more grease cleaning power per drop, it tackles tough grease on a variety of surfaces. Try Dawn Ultra.
Online dating? I know people meet that way, but where would I even begin?
Open laptop, go to OurTime.com, look for free. It's easy to take a look on Our Time, the fastest growing dating site for people over 50.
Do you have what it takes to dig deep into the depths of a twisted psychopath and hunt a killer? It begins with a box full of cryptic clues mailed straight to your home. Test your detective skills and share with our exclusive online community. More evidence will arrive, designed to challenge even the most brilliant minds.
Do you have what it takes?
Apply now. If you qualify, use the promo code below to save 20%. It makes a killer gift.
Why are pet lovers shopping online at Chewy.com?
I really wanted another dog.
He was worried about the money.
Yes.
With Chewy, we save money on food and toys,
So finally I broke down.
and we were able to rescue Max.
Save 30% on your first order today at Chewy.com.
Now at Domino's, we're more than just hand-tossed pizza for $7.99. We're $7.99 gluten-free crust, $7.99 handmade pan crust, $7.99 Brooklyn-style crust, and $7.99 crunchy thin crust too. Carry out 3-topping pizzas on any of them for just $7.99 each.
On November 19th, 2009, Missouri Highway Patrol detectives investigating the murder of 24-year-old Becky Dillard appeared to be on the verge of a breakthrough. An eyewitness has just placed Billy Estep's pickup truck at the scene of the crime.
There was a multicolored dark vehicle with a white driver's door. Just stood out like a sore thumb.
On November 20th, detectives contact the woman who'd supposedly driven that truck on the evening of the murder, Becky's mother-in-law, Deborah Dillard. She agrees to come in for a polygraph.
That's basically an investigative tool to determine whether or not a person, when they're being questioned, are being truthful.
She was very relaxed. Seemed like she felt like she was in charge of what was going on.
Deborah seems just as confident when the test is over.
She kind of clapped her hands and seemed like she was excited about it. I walked around the desk. I said, you knew how you were going to do on this test even before I did, and I'm sure it comes to no surprise to you that you didn't pass the test.
It was obvious to us that she was keeping things from the investigators.
She was totally deflated at that point. She was at a loss for words, and I could tell it had really set her back. And at that point, I explained to Deborah that it would be in her best interest to explain what took place.
Put on the spot by detectives, Deborah suddenly caves.
She cracked and gave up that Billy was the one. And they actually recorded a little bit of her saying that.
She basically said, the thing that I was keeping from you is that Billy actually left the house that night, that she was still there. And then when he came back, he was wearing clothes that looked like they had blood on them, and that he immediately jumped into the shower, took a shower, and then she said it really set up red flags for her.
According to Deborah, when she confronted Billy about her suspicions, he didn't deny it.
He got shot in the back of the head.
Deborah kind of alluded to the fact that if Billy had done this, that he'd probably done it to help her maintain their way of life with the grandchildren. She was afraid that Becky was going to take away the grandchildren and move away from the residence.
Before detectives wrap up their interview, they ask her one final question.
Have you ever said anything around him that you construed you were never good? Yeah.
After Deborah IDs her boyfriend Billy as Becky's killer, detectives bring the 41-year-old handyman in for another round of questioning.
Basically, Billy was confronted with the fact that Deborah was now saying that he had killed Becky. He did state that to law enforcement that he was there, but he did not pull the trigger. He would not say who did it. That's one thing that he just refused to answer.
He said, I want to talk to an attorney. And they came in and asked me, I said, yes, for an attorney, we're done.
At which point the questioning stopped immediately. And Billy was arrested, he was charged, but the investigation continued. Deborah Dillard was still a person of interest at that point because we could not find a true motive on why Billy would have done it.
Becky never said anything ill-willed about Billy at all.
Our gut feelings told us that they had the wrong person. Debbie and I had talked about it. It was like, no, it can't be him.
On November 21st, after only 15 hours in jail, Billy decides he's ready to talk to investigators.
Before you say anything, I'm asking you a simple question, Billy. Are you rescinding your statement this morning when you said I don't want to talk to you anymore. I think I need attorney. Are you withdrawing that statement? I have to honor your request. That's why I'm asking you now if y'all withdrawing that request. It's on free will. I'm telling you on free will that I did not pull that trigger.
With Billy's ongoing cooperation, detectives question him about Deborah's involvement in the murder.
Billy's okay. You're not going to hurt people's family. No matter how bad it stays, that's what you say. It's happened, man. We're trying to get the truth. So, let me get this straight. Did she go with you because she wanted to make sure it's done? Yeah. She went with you to make sure that she went with me because she pulled the trigger. Tell her not to do it. You told her not to do what? Tell her don't do it. What was she going to do? Kill Dave?
While Billy says that the murder was Deborah's idea, the alleged motive stays the same.
Becky was going to leave the household, was going to take her grandchildren with her.
She wasn't taking her babies.
Deborah was very attached to the children. She did not want them leaving the house. She wanted to keep the children there.
If Becky was no longer in the picture, she would not only be able to see them all the time, she may have even gotten custody of the two kids.
According to Billy, after Becky stormed out of the house on the evening of November 13th and drove to the party alone, Deborah decided to act.
Deborah and Justin's relationship seemed to be very close, and if Justin was upset, Deborah would be upset. We don't know exactly what Becky and Deborah talked about prior to Becky leaving, but we believe that there was some kind of heated argument. We believe that was the instigator, the final straw, that Deborah finally decided, okay, I'm going to take care of her at this point. So when Becky left, Deborah immediately got into the vehicle.
Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here.